OFFStage.
It's been some years since he took the trip that made him a household name in American gospel with his 1993 debut. Following it up with Give It Up in 1997, B. Chase Williams' work has been credited with the Stellar, NAACP, and GMWA Gospel Excellence Award recognition. After a 10-year hiatus, B. Chase is back on the gospel grind and has signed a new deal with the Dream Label Group. With new music and a new contract, B. Chase is promising to take us listeners on another trip, which we've all long awaited. I met Minister Williams at his home to preview the new project and talk about how it feels to be back in the business.
I'm going to take a trip to that good old gospel ship, and we're going sailing to the air. And when my ship comes in, I'm gonna leave this old world of sin, and we're going into the air. Come on, put your hands together. If you believe that Jesus will fix it for you, can I get a witness?
Tuesday, August the 5th. It'll be in stores nationwide.
Trouble in my way. I had to cry sometimes.
Chase! What's going on?
Cool, how are you?
I'm good, man. I was in the neighborhood.
Okay.
I smell some
Smell
Ribs
that
and-
good cooking.
collard greens
What
and
you just saw all
macaroni
the,
and cheese.
you saw all the cars. You just being nosy. That's what you're doing.
So I had to come check you out.
Dude,
So I
come
hope you
on
don't
in.
mind.
I started not to answer this door. You knock on the door in Decatur. That's the police.
Right.
That's why you gotta use that doorbell.
Right.
Yeah.
Who made this food, man?
Think I had it.
Who made this food?
Don't talk to that one right there. He going to hell.
Why was Bill late?
He at church.
You didn't tell me that. So somebody's lying.
Thank you for not throwing me out, crashing your barbecue.
Why would I do that? Why?
I appreciate it. I'm waiting on this pool to get up.
It's gonna
So
be
you said
ready
next
this
week?
weekend.
This
Yeah,
weekend?
We having we celebrating for my birthday.
All right.
Having
So
pool
I'm
party.
coming
Come on.
in my Speedo.
No.
Well, no, not Speedo, but you know,
Yeah.
I'm coming.
You gotta lose a little. No, I'm just playing. I really can't talk. I can't talk. So.
Bigger, better,
Better.
greater.
Greater.
All right.
Oh, you got it.
I got it. We got to get you in the studio.
Yeah, I wanna do it.
Yeah, I definitely want to like continue this and actually do a official sit down and find out, you know, where you've been, what's been going on with you, the new project, everything. You know, yeah, because I mean everybody want to know where Chase been.
I'm back. I'm glad to be back. Excited about this new record, and it's just all good. Everything that I've been through over the last decade, I believe that I needed to go through it in order to get me prepared for where I am right now.
Good.
I'm a bigger person. I'm a better person. I'm a greater person, and I'm
You're
living
living
greater.
again.
Right. You got it.
You did the greens and the cobbler.
I did everything. This is therapy to me.
Cooking. When I got here, you guys were like in a meeting. How did that go?
It was good. What aggravates me is, from a leadership perspective, and you guys know how much we've invested into this, how much I've invested into this, and to have some that they just want to be on the stage and be seen, and it's bigger than that. And we need everybody to work. People are like, I don't give a care. If they're not going to do it, they need to be sat down or put out. And that's just it. We ain't carrying no more dead weight. We can't afford to. What's up with the songwriter agreements?
I haven't heard anything back from anyone yet, but they are out there, so it's pretty much just a waiting game.
Let them know. If they don't get them back, we're gonna scratch their song. Yo.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Where are you, dude?
Listen, man, I'm at the radio station right now with Darlene McCoy, man. We got, we just newlyweds getting to meet her, man, so she wants to get the scoop and everything. So I got the photos. Everything's amazing. I'll be over there ASAP. I'm on my way. I'll be there ASAP.
Tell Darlene we need you here. We trying to have this meeting and we need you here and we need to see, I got the whole team here. We need to see those photos.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got you coming. I'm telling right now.
Have you done your photo shoot yet for the promo and all that?
That's who I was telling you about, Ruben Chandler. That's who we waiting on. to
Okay,
get here.
Ruben's coming.
Celebrity photographer, phenomenal. You need to get him. He's here in Atlanta, but he shoots for everybody. And dude is a bomb.
B.
Been on his way for 2 hours.
My bad. What's going on, man? I'm sorry I'm late. I had some stuff to do. I want to show you something, man. What's going on? What you got?
We got ribs, mac and cheese, collard greens, corn on the
You got to eat it
cob.
fast, man, because
Beef cobbler.
Bugs is coming in. You got to eat it fast.
Did you cook it or did somebody else?
I could.
You see these ladies sitting around here? He ain't cook nothing.
I know he didn't cook nothing.
He
Anytime
ain't
you
cook
guys,
nothing. All these ladies sitting around, he ain't
They're
cook nothing.
especially the macaroni. I know he didn't do the
What'd you
macaroni.
cook?
do is sing.
You boiled the corn?
No. He didn't boil the corn. He just put the water in the pot.
You put the.
So this what y'all want to do?
And you just-
At my house?
I'm just
That's
saying.
What that mean?
man.
So what that mean though? Your house.
It's my house.
What that mean? Because I feel a little something in that. What that mean?
It's my house.
You almost want to kick
and
somebody out.
Those are good. That's really nice.
We got a bunch of.
Oh, that's high.
What's going on? Something on
Hey, oh, wait a minute now.
your chin.
My chin?
Yeah,
Sit.
it's on your face. Hit your face. Hit your face.
Whoa, oh, you can hold that.
Yeah.
Hit your face. Hit your face.
It's in your mouth. Man. There you go.
Are you serious?
It's in your mouth. What? Yo. You got some collard greens, yo. He wanted some.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
See, the bugs even like my food.
Wow.
He just ate a bug. I'm sorry.
I'm so excited on this particular episode of Offstage, particularly because it's kind of personal to me and nostalgic in a way. I'm here with B. Chase Williams, new artist that is signed to Capitol Records, the inspirational division, the Dream label, right?
Dream Label Group.
Actually, his choir was the first choir that I was ever in
Yeah.
many years ago.
Many years ago, we was kids.
Well,
We were grown kids.
you weren't no kid, but I was.
Right.
So what's been up, man? What have you been up to?
Oh man, I'm so excited about just life and just living this new record, the new signing. Everything is going on, and it's all just happened so fast.
Did you start off directing or start off singing in choirs?
I started off singing.
Okay.
I started off singing like when I was 7 years old, and I've always been in choirs. My first major choir that I actually sang in outside of the local church was a community choir back in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Why did you move here?
I came to Atlanta chasing a dream. I always wanted to do music. I always wanted to do gospel music because I was a church boy.
Right.
Grew up in church. I always wanted to be famous, so to speak. I just told my brother one day, and I'm going to Atlanta. He was like, who you know in Atlanta? I was like, I don't know nobody really. Where you gonna stay? I don't know, but I'm going, and I'm gonna make it. And I was not really in contact with my parents at that particular time because I didn't even tell them I was leaving.
You didn't?
No.
So
I
just
left.
Just up and left.
I just left.
Your dream and
And
your one-way ticket.
Yeah. I come from a pretty prominent family in Ohio. My father is a pastor. So I'm used to traveling and staying in nice hotels and things of that sort.
You're
So
used to a certain kind of lifestyle.
definitely. So when I came here, instead of checking into a budget hotel, I checked into the Hyatt on Peachtree. And quickly went through my money. I stood in line, the soup kitchen lines, went to different homeless shelters. I probably stayed at every homeless shelter in the metro Atlanta area. I was wild, clubbing and all of that stuff. But when you were staying in homeless shelters, you had rules that you had to abide by. You had times that you had to check in, be in by a certain time, and if you weren't there, you didn't get in. or you got kicked out. And if you broke the rules, you got put out.
Okay.
So I kept end up getting put out of practically everywhere I was staying. So I ended up at the Cathedral of Faith, Church of God in Christ. They had a homeless shelter back then. You had to attend either a morning or evening service.
Okay.
You had to attend their group sessions that they had, meetings, and we call it midweek Bible study. It was church then. They had rules that you really had to stick by and abide by if you were going to be a resident in their shelter. And not realizing that Cathedral of Faith was Cathedral of Faith. At that particular time, they were like the gospel.
I remember. Yeah, they were.
They were the hot spot of the city.
You're right. I remember back then, like, it was Sunday night service.
Oh,
you
definitely.
You would leave your church service.
Everybody came to
rushing
1137
to get- yeah.
Avon Avenue.
Yeah, like, it
and
was crazy.
that's where my fire got relit and my passion for music, for gospel music, because I mean, Maurice Culpepper and the Showers of Blessings, they were phenomenal. And I would just sit out in the audience in awe when they would sing. I'm like, oh my God. I auditioned for the Showers a couple times.
Oh, really?
Never made it. He always turned me down. You're not ready.
That sounds just like him.
Oh yeah, you're not. And I mean, his hand
Yeah,
up.
I already know.
You're not
I already
ready.
know. Yeah.
What you mean? I can sing. What you talking about? I'm not ready. You're not ready. It's more than singing. You're not ready.
Yeah.
And I was hurt, and I was mad, but kept on. Would go sit in their rehearsals and things of that sort. One day they told me I had a guest. I was back in the shelter in the back in like activity room or something. They told me somebody wanted to see me, and I went up front, and it was Maurice, and he had like all these bags, garbage bags full of clothes. He said, "You need some clothes." And I'm just looking at him. He was like, "Here, these are all yours." He brought me like bags of clothes.
So from Cathedral of Faith to Take a Trip, you know, how did you navigate to that process?
I got connected with the Atlanta chapter of the Gospel Music Workshop and Georgia Mass Choir.
Okay.
Auditioned for them, and I made it.
You made it.
Right, I made it. And I met Deborah Williams.
Deborah,
And she was the daughter of Bishop C.E. White at St. John Apostolic Holiness Church.
Where we both met.
Met.
Right.
And she invited me to their church. Went to one service, and that's all it took for me. They had crazy church. They just put me to work immediately. And I remember it was Georgia Mass was getting ready to record the Joy album. And Kirk Franklin, we were just talking, and I was telling him, dude, this is what I want to do. And he was like, well, what church do you go to? And I told him what church I went to. He said, that's where you start. Start in your church.
There.
Start in your local church.
Yeah.
He said, you got singers? I said, yeah. He's like, can they sing? I was like, yeah. He was like, start right there. Pull them together and put your choir together.
I remember the very first meeting to even tell us what you were doing, what
Definitely.
your dream was. And
We enrolled in the Black Gospel Expo back then that they were having at the Atlanta Civic Center, and took the choir. We sang in the Civic Center in the auditorium. They seat like 4,500 people.
right.
It was probably around 20 people out there in a 4,500 seater. And so I'm telling the choir backstage, okay, y'all, there's not a lot of people out here, but we're gonna go out there and act like it's jam-packed, and we just gonna do it. Not realizing that the people that were out there were executives from Inner Sound Records, which then was turned over to be CGI Records, who offered me my first major record deal.
Which changed your life.
Which changed my life.
What did being famous mean to you at that time?
Hearing myself on the radio, going into a store, seeing my CD on the stand, going out and somebody saying, "Are you B. Chase?"
Yeah, right.
That first time of all of that just kind of took me somewhere.
Yeah.
Take a Trip. It went straight to the top of the charts. It was in the top 10 for like 29 weeks. We traveled, we were on the road, traveling all over the country every weekend. And it was just, I experienced so much success And when it happened, it just kind of like blew my head up.
Did you imagine that it would be what it was?
No, I didn't. I didn't know how to handle what God gave me. I was arrogant, I was grand, I thought, you know, I had made it. I was this B Chase and not this B Chase.
From Take a Trip to Give It Up.
Let me hear you say, give it up, give it up. You say, give it up. Come on, say it.
And then
Nothing. The label dropped me because sales weren't really doing well. I experienced going from here to almost immediately going to here to having nothing at all. I had to go back to the basics and I went back to serving in my local church. Felt like the industry had let me down. A lot of people had made promises. When I lost the deal, oh, you're B Chase, we're gonna sign you, just hold off. To the point that they even drafted up agreements, stuff to look over, but it never happened. I just kind of said, I'm getting ready to just leave this alone for a while. And
you were done for a minute.
yeah, I was done. I was done for a minute. I wasn't done with God,
Right,
wasn't
so
done
just
with
the
church,
music
but
scene,
just the whole
music.
industry thing.
Yeah.
I was done with it.
What was the evolution like from B. Chase Williams with the mega hit Take a Trip that everybody knows that? That was a huge hit.
Yeah.
You know, from that era to this era.
I think I'm definitely not the B Chase of the 90s. I have evolved. That decade of time was a time span for me to really find who I was. In that time, I really came to myself and I was able to really find myself and find my life's purpose and realize that the industry doesn't make you who you are.
Right.
God makes you who you are.
How important do you think it is for directors in church to support and to nurture the raw talent that is in the choirs, that are coming up, that may want to do what you do?
A lot of leaders want to keep people up under them and never really give them air to breathe. They cultivate their talents just enough to get what they need out of them where they are, but not to get them to where they're really destined to be. And I've always been one to nurture and to really yourself. When you started out, you were very shy, didn't really feel like
nervous.
Yeah. But I saw something in you. I felt that I knew that you could do it. So I think that one of the things that God has blessed me to be as a leader is a nurturer. I've been able to nurture a lot of people. I can see greatness in people, and seeing greatness in you and nurturing that greatness and bringing it out, it might cause you to even go beyond where I am.
Let me just say this. Nobody knew. You didn't know at that time, where I was. But just the fact that you encouraged me and pushed me, even when I didn't want to do it, you're partly responsible for where I am now and where I've moved in my life, in the industry. I'm seriously about to cry. I'm sorry. When I think back, if you hadn't encouraged me and pushed me, I probably wouldn't be here.
Right.
I wouldn't be doing it. And so I just want to say thank you. Not just for me, but you have pushed and encouraged others that are doing major big things.
Definitely. I find comfort and joy in seeing Chrissy Collins. She was at a state of wanting to leave church and not have anything to do with God, church, or anything because the church that she was connected to put her out of church because she got pregnant at a young age and she wasn't married. And I told her, that don't mean nothing. You have a gift. Use your gift for His glory. And if they don't want to let you sing, you can come and sing in my choir. And she came, she sang in my choir, and now she's touring all over the world with Beyonce. Over the background for Beyonce.
Wow. And not just with me, not just with Chrissy, but Justin Gilbert.
Yeah.
Who is currently on tour with
Justin Timberlake.
He's with
Jill,
Jill Scott.
Yeah. He's done everything. We have to see what's in those that God assigns us to. Yeah. We have to see the assignment, and it's up to us to pull it out and push them into their destiny. Yeah. It's not about money anymore. Money doesn't make me. Opportunities doesn't make me. Friends don't make me. It's not about none of that. I'm just cool with me. This is me.
Live again.
Live again.
I'm excited.
So
John
Paul McGee.
John Paul McGee. He produced the whole
He
album?
produced the record. Yeah,
Okay.
he produced the whole project. A featured artist on the project, Kim McFarlane of the Tommies, Darius Polk, the writer of Nobody Greater, Tone.
Wow.
Some people call him B-Slade.
B-Slade.
Anthony. He's like my best friend. We've been friends for years, and I had to have him on this project because no matter where I've been in my life, he's always been there. My highs, my lows, that's one. He's a ride or die. He's been my ride or die, and he's always been my encourager. And so when we were getting ready to do this record, I said, yo, I gotta have you. You got to do something on this project. I wanted him to write something. He kept on taking too long, and when it's time for us to, I was like, you gonna do this song.
I know that there has been a lot of controversy surrounding the artist B-Slade. Were there any concerns, with that controversy with putting him on your new CD?
You know what? For me, there were never concerns. My team, we talked about it. We had to lay it out, and I had to kind of like let them know. Music is universal.
It is.
So whether it's gospel, whether it's jazz, whether it's R&B, as long as it's pushing a positive message, it shouldn't have we shouldn't have problems with it. Psalms 150
Come on.
and 5 says, let everything that hath breath praise the Lord.
Right.
Praise ye the Lord. So he has breath, and he wanted to praise him, so I just gave him an opportunity to give him praise.
Thank you so much, man. This episode meant so much to me. I didn't expect to get emotional. I didn't expect for it to bring back so many memories, but it did.
I'm excited about what God is doing for you, dude.
Thank you.
And it's just gonna be bigger, better, and greater. Yeah.
B. Chase Williams and Shabak in stores now. Live again, bigger, better, greater.
Yeah.
Although she's an undeniable Georgia peach, it is difficult to think of Shantae Cann as a local artist. She's been a big part of the musical backdrop for a few major musicians. NDRE, PJ Morton of Maroon 5, and Snarky Puppy, to name a few. Her YouTube following alone has already made it clear that Shantae's unique sound carries a deep signature that keeps people raving all over the world. Offstage proudly welcomes Miss Shantae Cann.
Ready to live this thing called life. I'm taking it one day at a time. Won't let the bad moments change my mind. I'm freeing my dreams from deep inside. And I'm not trying to be something I'm not. I'm just trying to use what I got. And over time, you'll see that I may get a little bit weak, but it don't mean that I still don't have a dream. So I said, reach up and touch the sky and fly high. Jump up and kiss the sun, you already won. Look up but don't look back, you're on the right track. Wake up and free your dreams into reality. I'm taking each moment as if it's my last. Don't wanna rush my lessons, no. I'm embracing my future, learning from my past. I'm counting all my blessings, and I'm not trying to be something I'm not. I'm just trying to use over time, you'll see that I may get a little bit weak. It don't mean that I still don't have a dream, yeah. So I say reach up and touch the sky and fly high. Jump up and kiss the sun, you've already won. Look up and don't look back, you're on the right track. And wake up and free your dreams into reality. I'ma say it one more time, reach up and touch the sky and fly high. Jump up and kiss the sun, you already won. Look up and don't look back, you're on the right track. Wake up and free your dreams into reality. Break me down, say, free your dreams. Free your dreams. All you gotta do is free your dreams. Free your dreams. Help me sing, y'all. Free your dreams. Whoa, free your dreams. Just open up your heart and free your dreams. All you gotta do is free your dreams. All I'm saying is, say look up, get up, look up, get up. Look up, get up, look up, get up. Look up, get up, look up, get up. Just look up, get up, look up, get up. Yeah. Just look up, get up, look up, get up. Whoa, look up, get up, look up, get up. Yeah. Just look up, get up, look up, get up. Look up, get up, look up, get up. Oh, look up, get up, look up, get up. And free your dreams. Living in a place of praise. Living to spread the word. Living to tell everybody
all about the gospel.
So thankful for my family.
And I'm blessed with so many friends.
And then there's the music.
But this is who I am. If you really want to know me, you should come follow